All right, Coach. First opened back in 2008. There's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go! Set, black 11! Hey, calm down. 800!
Here's the second year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Rivers. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Bring it. Hey, bro, 80. It's coming this way, Here we go.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Switch it.
They run with Hines. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
But obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Watch the slant.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers. Campbell making the catch. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Set 180. Hey, Delta. Set 180. Set. 36. Alpha. Small. Switch. Greystone travel. Switch.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And he's got his man, Hilton. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 45-yard line.
That's another Colts.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
So white 90. Here we go. Keep it skinny. Check.
This is Marlon Mack, 3rd-year running back. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
It looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. To throw, Rivers. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 27-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive going to plan so far. This is Hines. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
And an alley to run. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. Now it's Hines. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taylor Gabriel, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and now it's second down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Check 4. 20. You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Watch that.
Here's McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down.
Ready? Right there. 54 Mike. You don't want it no more now. You don't get it. Pick up the ball.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Set 180. Check. Watch 54. Watch the run.
From the 40 now on second down. Rivers, he's got it to Hilton. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
It's second and 8 at the 39-yard line.
Mike's 54. You don't know no better. Bang. Hey, Rocket.
Off the play fake here, Rivers. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 23. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9. Rivers. He's got Jack Doyle, and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jack Doyle. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
This is something that we expected to see. McCaffrey used out of the backfield. 107 catches in 2018, the most in one season by an NFL running back.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Back to throw, Newton. He's going to fire one deep. Trying to force it to his tight end, Walker, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing, Rivers. Catch made here by Campbell. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Colts, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Rivers now, 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Left side, Doyle with it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Take 390! 390! Cluster.
57.
First down, Rivers. This goes underneath to Doyle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Left. Are you ready?
57. Switch up.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Back 390! Black 15!
Black 54.
Red Delta! Behind!
Play action now. Rivers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Paris Campbell, but it's going to be second down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Game situation. Let's go.
Wait, 89.
To throw again. Rivers. And he's got his turn. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves,
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Come on,
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact. On this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Ready, ready!
Mike 54. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To the set, ready?
Mike 54, Mike 54. I got it.
Ready?
To throw on 3rd down. Newton. Open man, it's Keith Kirkwood. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And a Panther 1st down.
Set.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. A shotgun snap for Newton. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Through.
Kill.
White.
Hey, turn it up.
They run again with Hines. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Rivers now just 1 misfire so far after that last completion, 15 of 16. It's 1st down. To throw is Rivers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Ready. 190.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Left to right.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here's Hines. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
12.
6 man.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the fourth.
Mike, white 90. 390.
Let's go, D. Mike, 54.
Rivers on first down. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't big. Left to right.
Throwing Rivers. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 4th touchdown pass there for Phillip Rivers. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get pulled.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Another try after the first down sack. Newton. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
53, Mike. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
This is McCaffrey. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Newton to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a give, right side. It's Hines. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Colts on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, Rivers. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. From the gun, Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Here's Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Check 26, check 26.
On 1st down, Hines. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Wait, hey, behind!
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Intended for Jack Doyle. Incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Easy, easy.
Throwing here, Rivers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Indianapolis, their hopes of a 500 season stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jaguars. At home next week. Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the